Welcome. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family, and we are delighted that you've welcomed us into your home. So send us an email with a question or a comment to jimandjoy@ewtn.com. Well, today, our guests again are Kelly Tolman and Crystal Comiskey. They are co-founders of the Pelican Project. And I really encourage you to go to their website, pelicanprojectministry.org.
Make sure you get that all in there, right, when you do it. Don't just do Pelican Project.
Don't just do Pelican
Project Ministry.org.
Ministry.org. You know, and you might be out there, you know, you raise your kids in the church, you have them in Catholic schools, and you thought you were doing everything right, and maybe you didn't get all the results you wanted. Because there's a great battle going on for the souls of your children. And so we as parents, we really have to wake up and know that we have to equip them with the truth. Now, Mother Angelica says this: it's your obligation to speak the truth, and everyone can either take it or leave it, but the truth must be in us. We live in such a poverty of truth today.
Yeah.
We live in a poverty of truth. And not only a poverty of truth, but now the lies are becoming the truth. You know, where you'll hear the culture say, and they're just lies. They're not even telling you the truth. And so we have to have our eyes open, our ears open, and our hearts wide open to Christ and to saying, Lord, what am I supposed to do? How am I to form and raise these children?
The mission of the Pelican Project is this: to joyfully reawaken a culture of life by supporting parents in their holy work of teaching their children about the sanctity of human life, reawakening the domestic church who has the authority to raise their children up for such a time as this. And the Pelican Project wants to give you all the resources you need in the place of authority where you are to raise up children for this generation and for this time that will stand for the sanctity and dignity of every human being across the board. PelicanProjectMinistry.org. We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away.
Welcome back. We are at home with Jim and Joy, and today our guests are Kelly Tolman and Crystal Comiskey. They are co-founders of the Pelican Project. Go to their website, pelicanprojectministry.org. You know, and you may be thinking, oh, you know, it's okay. Look, you and I have been called for a time such as this. There's a war going on. There's a war going on for your children. There's a war going on for your family. There's a war going on for your marriage. You need to be equipped and ready to fight. And we as the church, we're kind of like we're sailing on a cruise ship, like everything is okay. No, it's a battleship that we're on. We're in a war. And we are being called for a time such as this. Right now, you think this is so dark. It is dark. But you and I have been called to be light and salt. So here we are with these two beautiful ladies who are being light, and they are beaming and trying to do their great work. For those that didn't catch the show yesterday, tell our family quickly about the ministry and the mission of the Pelican Project.
So our mission is to joyfully reawaken a culture of life within the domestic church, and that's by supporting parents in their holy and necessary work of teaching their kids about the dignity of human life. So our vision is that we as parents, the most important teachers of our children, we as parents raise children who feel so seen, known, and loved by God that they are ready to enter into the world and confidently proclaim and protect the dignity of human life in everything that they do, in all aspects of their life.
Yeah. And that is so important because everybody, the whole world wants to be seen, we want to be known, and we want to be loved.
Right.
Just look at Facebook, just
Yeah,
look at
absolutely.
Instagram, just look at
Yes.
Snapchat.
How
Here
many
I
likes
am,
do we
blah, blah,
have?
blah.
Yeah.
I mean, really ad nauseum. And the people who are raising us and our parents don't even know us.
Right.
And you were,
Yeah.
as I was one of 8 children, do you see me? Do you know me?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
she would be like, who are you?
Yeah.
She was calling you somebody else's
Else's
name,
name.
right? No. But that's how it is. But that's our heart cry.
Yeah.
And here you are trying to equip families
Yes.
to do this great work. Now tell them about your core foundation.
Sure. So it's about a cohesive moral vision, right? So we, as we were unpacking our material, we had taking from Scripture and the teaching of the church and what God has revealed to us about the dignity of the human person. It's kind of an if this, then that. So we are created in the image and likeness of God, therefore human life is sacred. We are created human at conception, therefore human life is sacred from the start. We are created for communion, therefore human life has dignity. God has invited us into his divine life. No other creature is invited into that. We are the only members of his creation. They're invited to share in his divine life. So once you have that right there, you recognize that I have been made in the image and likeness of God, but that also comes with a responsibility because my neighbor has also been made in the image and likeness of God. So then the next 3, and we lean heavily on the Good Samaritan story for this next one, it's that because human life is sacred, we have been entrusted to one another. And what are the logical conclusions of that, right? The next one is, because human life is sacred and we've been entrusted to one another, we have to take care of the most vulnerable. That is a non-negotiable of the Catholic life. And then the final one, because human life is sacred and because we've been entrusted to one another, we can't take or injure a human life. And so when you have those 6 pieces, everything else falls into that. We're made for communion. So we talk about what that means in the sacramental life, understanding the Eucharist, but also understanding marriage. Those two pieces of communion, what he calls us to. We are made in the image and likeness of God. What does it mean to be fully man and fully woman? Teaching our young people, what does it mean to be a girl? Giving parents the language to say, you are sacred. You are made in the image and likeness of God. You were created for communion with him. You were created for heaven. And he chose you to be a young little girl or a young little boy. What does that mean? And how you can communicate that with age-appropriate verbiage, faithful to the magisterium of the church, and in small little pieces. So every piece that we give out weekly, and then we have studies that you can step into, touches one of those 6 pillars. Because if it doesn't fit into that, it's inherently disordered, period. And it really clears up any confusion. Abortion doesn't fall into that because it violates the fact that we are entrusted to one another. And that inherently means that we have to care for one another and that we can't take a human life, and just all comes together. It's all connected.
Yes.
Yeah. Because abortion is one part of the conversation.
Right.
And it's so important because it is, I mean, rabid right now. I mean, millions and millions and millions of abortions. It's a Holocaust happening. It's so terrible. But it is the consequence of a much larger problem. Yeah, and it manifests itself in so many ways.
Yeah, it's the attack on human dignity,
Yeah,
even to the point of you don't know who you are.
correct.
It's
You know,
fluid.
you
Yes.
have to find
Right.
yourself, and that might be male, female, it might be something else. I don't know what combination it might be.
Right.
And this is really incredible abuse
Yes.
and sickness.
Yeah.
And if you're just going to say, yeah, well, that's kind of the style I like to, just let my kids decide everything about what they're going to be into. Let me tell you something.
Right.
No.
The world out there is not going to let your kids decide. They're going to tell your
Tell you what it
kids
is.
Exactly.
what they are. And so
Yeah.
this is entrusted, the conversation you're having now, speaking about those pillars and hearing them. These are conversations that the parents are going to
Yes.
be having with the
With
children.
their children. Because all of our material is focused around a parent not handing off a sheet and walking away,
Right.
but taking 5 to 10 minutes, sitting down with your kiddo and reading through the material. And our material, some of it is written for young people, young audience, elementary age, and we also have teen resources as well. So we have different age groups. And Crystal always likes to say that our material, it might be written for an elementary,
but it's beginner level. So there's, as a convert again, there's stuff that I took from it as a beginner and learning new things about the church's teaching. So I think that parents will find that even as they're going through with their children, they're picking up things
it's the
too.
why about the what.
Right.
Yes.
The
and
why
that's
about
the
what.
beautiful thing about
It's the why about the
humility is that we're all learning.
Yes.
I mean, we're all,
All the
learning.
time.
I mean, I'm a convert too, and I feel like I'm in constant land of kindergarten. It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Right.
But we all need to be students of our faith and students of our Lord. And
Yes.
I mean, I read the Bible every single day, and God is still revealing Himself to me. It's not like I read it once, got that
You
thing.
can still read the
Right.
chapter and verse every single day, and each day you can get something new based on the experiences that you had in that day.
Right.
Well, now, what I love about your material is that your material is free.
Yes.
Did you hear that, family? The material is free.
Yes.
Yes.
So they can download the material.
Yes.
And as a consumer, as a grandmother, I love the artwork. I love everything that you did.
We
I
do
didn't
too.
No, I mean, it's really beautiful because I have biracial grandchildren. How does this apply? You could be from the Latin community, you could be from the African American community, you could be from the white community, you could be from the Asian community, and you're going to see yourself in all of the beautiful artwork.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. And right now we're so excited. Our life focus guides are being translated into Spanish right now. We have a beautiful young couple that came to us after a workshop and donated their time to do that. So we were like so happy. And then we are doing a micro series for the Archdiocese of Boston, and it's going to be free. And it's about these 6 pillars, and that also will come in different languages as well.
How you mentioned life focus guides.
Yes.
That's different than the
Weekly.
weekly.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what makes these unique?
So if you go to our website, www.pelicanprojectministry.org, it's a mouthful, you'll see we have a toolbox on there, and that's where you'll find all of our digital materials, and it's broken down by topic, and it's also got by type. So topics, if you find your child having a particular question or you're needing help with a particular issue, you can download the bundles that we have by topic.
We have all different bundles. We have
Yes.
a gender bundle, a domestic church bundle,
Right.
A family bundle,
Right.
marriage, spousal love. What does spousal love mean?
Right.
Like, I mean, to unpack that for a little person, we have to be doing that because there's an attack on marriage and the family.
Yeah.
Right.
We need to be giving our parents the language, but
Yes.
my catechesis was limited, and I went to Catholic school. I had to relearn. So, parents, they feel it on their heart that they need to teach their kids.
Right.
So when they have that specific question, they're like, okay, you can just go to the toolbox and hit this particular Dignity bundle, and it will just download.
And those Dignity bundles will have all the life focus guides for both young children and teens. So you can find it there. So that's what makes the life focus guides different from the Pray, Go, Serve weekly devotionals, that they are specific by subject matter, so that if you have a question, rather than going all 52 weeks looking through to see if anything works for you, you can go specifically to these life focus guides and have information based on the teachings of the Catholic Church, and it'll also give you that verbiage, that conversation starter
Yeah.
for your kids.
Well, and also I can imagine this would be a great tool for youth ministers.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so you got junior high, they're asking questions. This is what I heard. I'm in the public school.
Right.
You bring it to your youth group, and he or she might be saying, I don't know the answer to
Yeah.
that question.
Absolutely.
And to have the resources and the beautiful artwork, I mean, and it brings you into the questions, right?
Yeah.
It makes you part of finding the answer together.
Right, and we love that about our Teen Life Focus Guides, because our Teen Life Focus Guides, kids don't want to be talked at, they want to be spoken with.
yeah.
So we present a story. I share my own story. It's entitled My 3 Abortion Appointments, and it's a talking point, it's a starting point for adults to talk to kids about an unplanned pregnancy. And understanding that sometimes we do leave for college and we make bad decisions, even though you've been taught correctly, and how do you reroute, and how does God's hand and His providence over your life, how to identify that, stuff like that.
Go ahead.
Yes, and then we also have, as tools for parents, we have a couple of studies. We have one for Lent. We have a Jesse tree designed for Advent. And then we also have a short testimonial study. It's actually based on Kelly's story, really, called Wandering Heart. And that's just a great way to sort of come to an understanding of, you know, how Pelican Project came to be and the need for it. And then we also, fairly recently, in the last few months, started a podcast.
Yeah,
and
we
what that'll
heard it,
do.
yeah.
Oh,
About-
we're still learning. Yeah.
Right. So the podcast, what it does each week is break down those weekly pray, grow, serves and kind of dive a little deeper
Yeah.
to help parents obtain that understanding.
Go a little deeper.
Pray, grow, serve.
Pray, grow, and
Pray, grow,
serve.
serve.
Grow, serve. What are you hearing from parents that are trying to implement this? How long are they spending with it? Is there a required time of the day that's best to do it, a week to do it, or how does it work?
That's the best part. You can make it your own.
Yeah.
There is no prescribed. We put them out on Sunday, and you can do it on Sunday with your kids after Mass while the readings are still fresh in their mind and it's family day. Or if that doesn't work, you can do it any other day of the week, and it's a beautiful reminder of the readings of Sunday. Because we have the Pray, Grow, Serve, you can do it all in one sitting, or you can break it up and say, okay, today we're going to do the pray, and we're going to pray together, and we give an intentional prayer intention. Then the grow, we're just going to dig a little bit deeper. We're going to learn a word. We're going to learn modesty. What is modesty, and what does that have to do with our dignity and being made in the image and likeness of God? And then finally, the serve, we really work hard to make sure that those service projects are things that you do within the home. So how do we care for the dignity of the human person? How does your 4-year-old learn how to serve and care for the dignity of the human person? So we explain that's being a part of the heartbeat of the family life, right? That's caring for mom and dad, that's honoring who they are, taking care of siblings, corporal works of mercy. That's being entrusted to one another.
And the real encounter is that we are seeing Jesus in one another.
Yes.
You know, and like you said, kids ask hard questions.
Yeah.
You know, my son Matthew, he was 7, and a pamphlet had come through with Last Day Ministries on abortion. And I was actually having a conversation with this little boy about abortion, as gently and tenderly as I could. And this is what he said to me: "Mama, they're killing babies in the United States of America." And I was like, "Yes, Matthew." And he said this: "What are you doing about it?"
Oh my
That's
gosh, that's it, right?
That's the question.
I wasn't doing anything. But that's the thing, so that we're having this conversation, so that we're all having a deepening of faith. I went to the Yellow Pages and looked up all the abortion clinics in Birmingham.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was like, I don't know. This was a long time ago when the Yellow Pages were available. But they're going to ask us those questions, and you want to be equipped to give them the right answers.
right
and
answers.
if not, to
100%.
say, well, we're going to figure this out together.
Right. This material gives your kids are going to be exposed to the culture. They're going to be lied to. There is a battle for their
They're gonna be
soul.
recruited.
Right, recruited, exactly. There's a
Right.
battle for their soul. Our material gives your children a lens through which they can filter it. They can say, I was made worthy of more. Our Lord sees me, He knows me, He loves me, and it helps kids keep our children's gaze on heaven, not the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if it's our vision for all of our children to be seen, known, and loved, and to be confident in proclaiming and protecting life, our materials are designed to help parents feel confident in giving them that information and equipping them with that.
Yeah.
And sometimes parents don't hinder away from the life issues because maybe they've made poor life choices in their past too. But
Yes,
then that's
yes.
their journey to become whole and
Right.
to know the mercy and grace of God, and to say,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't always do everything all right
Yeah. Right.
either.
Well, forgiveness has to be a big part of your teaching, I
Right.
guess, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we speak directly to that, especially we have a few different things geared to parents, because recognizing that parents, they need to find healing in this process, because if they're teaching from their wounds, it's not going to be as impactful.
Right.
But we encourage parents, if you rest your weakness in the strength of God, that is everything. Your kids are going to learn how to do that. And one thing I would like to share that we're really proud of is we have a tool for parents. It's a reconciliation tool for post-abortive men and women, and it breaks down what this sacrament will do for you as a healing sacrament and why it's so important. So if anyone's a little nervous to step into this world and talk to their kids about abortion, but they're post-abortive, I highly recommend this tool. I think it's a really gentle way to just share the mercy of God.
We're going to take a break at this
Excellent.
point and hold you over for the final segment. Go to pelicanprojectministry.org. What beautiful sharings and teachings, very holistic. And it's amazing what a conversation between their children and parents can work, and what pain and suffering may be avoided simply because they've shared, they prayed, they want to serve together. Don't underrate yourself as a parent. You have the authority. We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away. Continuing our conversation regarding the Pelican Project. It's wonderful, amazing, empowering parents to be all that they can be in disseminating to their kids a culture of life that they might live that out in their day-to-day lives. So we only have several minutes left. I just want to turn it over to you both. Are we missing anything? Anything else you want to emphasize? What do we need to know?
We want to invite all the EWTN viewers. On April 18th, we are having an online workshop called Seen, Known, and Loved. And we're going to move through some of our material and just do what we usually do in person digitally. It's, of course, completely free. And you can go to our website and you can sign up, and it will be a virtual from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 18 April. So we're excited to have your viewers join us for that.
Absolutely.
And then just one important piece is our material builds a trust with your child. When you are talking to your kids about the hard stuff, they then know that they can come to you with the hard stuff.
Critical.
Because they're going to go to somebody. If they have a question and they need an answer and they don't feel like they can come to you, they're going to find that answer on the playgrounds,
Right.
you know, in the
School
in the back of a
counselors,
car
right?
somewhere. They're going to find that answer. Let it be you. Let it be you.
Yeah, that's critical. We found that with our own children, and you know, we hold the Catholic standards and the way of holiness and righteousness, but they know that I love you not because you've done this perfectly. This isn't a perfectionistic thing.
Yeah,
I love
no
you
such
because
thing.
you're you,
Exactly.
and you don't ever have to hesitate, you know, to tell us what's going on. I love you because you're you. You're my son. You're my daughter. We're always here for you. Some
Right.
closing thoughts?
So I would say, you know, back at the Crisis Pregnancy Center, Kelly and I were asking ourselves the question, what are we going to do about it? And now I just want to kind of pose that question to everyone else. What are you willing to do about it?
Right.
And what we're asking you to do about that is to commit to giving the teachings of the church to your children, arming them, equipping them with that for the spiritual battle that we're doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just check out the material, go through it.
And share what we have with
Yeah,
friends. I mean, we are a very humble group here. We volunteer our time to do this. All of our material is free, so we don't have a marketing budget. It's word of mouth. If you like what you see and you know a family that might appreciate it, share it. That's it. Just share it, please.
Well, you know, and we live in a culture where, you know, the world is screaming all of its lies.
Yes.
Your son might be coming home from school and says, Mommy, my friend has 2 daddies. My mom has, what does that mean? And we want to be able, and now they're saying, pick your pronouns, pick who you are.
And why is that wrong?
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
so how to defend our faith and to say,
Right.
I need to know why I believe what I believe.
Right.
And then to say it in truth.
And to say it rooted in love.
Yes.
It is all rooted in our command to love and the fact that we love C.S. Lewis. He said, next to the Blessed Sacrament, the person closest to you is the holiest thing, you know, in your environment. So what does that mean? It means that we honor the other person, but rooted out of love, we owe them the truth.
Right.
Ladies, thank you so much for your service with the Pelican Project and helping to beautify the church, starting with the family and with the youngest among us, that they might know the joy of building and living the culture of life, marriage, and the family. Go to pelicanprojectministry.org. pelicanprojectministry.org, pelicanprojectministry.org. Get their resources, sign up for their teachings and everything else that they're offering. It's beautiful. You have more authority than you know. Satan and demons will flee from your kids if we but speak and pray and work together and serve together. All together, we will build a new culture of life, marriage, and the family. Keep it on EWTN. God bless you and all of your loved ones. Bye now.